The sun was sinking behind the mountains across the lake, sending long shadows creeping across the water. Majestic Lake was fed by snowmelt from high on the slopes, and now in early June the water would still be too cold to swim. Alex rode past a single-berth boathouse, which, if he remembered correctly, signaled it was time to turn slightly away from the shore to avoid running into a dock. He pulled one oar to adjust his trajectory and glanced over his shoulder to check. There was a dock right behind him, and on it, a woman with raven hair was dancing to a silent song of the universe. He lost his rhythm. His oar caught the water, and the boat began to rock. Resting the blades of the oars on the transom, he turned to watch the show. Thud! She stamped one cowboy boot on the dock. Stamp! Clap! She swiveled her hips. One side of his mouth pulled up in a smile. Stamp! Clap! She spun on her heel. Her eyes widened and her jaw dropped when she saw him. Popping the earbuds out of her ears, she put a hand on the filmy fabric at her heart. Cripes! You really know how to sneak up on a person. She followed the rowboat with her eyes as it glided toward the end of the dock. Alex's smile broadened. Sorry. Next time, I'll slap an oar on the water. She put her hands on her hips and grinned, shaking her dark wavy hair back over her shoulders, and an image flashed through Alex's mind of a girl, 13 to his 17 years, standing on this very same dock, hands on her hips, appealingly bold with her almost black curls and bright blue eyes. She'd grown into that promise in the years he'd been away, and her smile washed over him like waves of sunlight. He patted his pockets in search of the pad he'd forgotten at home. Too bad. Lines of poetry were as elusive as, well, a woman's smile, and were usually gone, hovering just beyond the edge of his memory when he sat down to write. He grabbed onto the dock to keep from drifting away. What kind of dance was that? He asked. Cowboy cha-cha. She gave her hips a swivel and laughed. Tilting her head, she squinted down at him. Don't I know you? He saw a flash of memory in her eyes. You're from the island. I am. He held out a hand. Alex Porter. She reached down and took it. Colleen Murphy. Then she straightened up and gave him a big, welcoming smile. Nice to meet you, Alex Porter. Welcome to Fortune Bay.